welcome back to the Spook House. Hope you're all doing well today. Doug, how are you, my friend?
Whew, I am feeling fine after a beautiful Eggs Benedict breakfast with some little arugula lettuce in there, sliced avocados. I didn't make it myself, so I can't take any credit. That goes to the Shed in Huntington, New York.
All right, Gordon Ramsay would be proud. I've always wanted to make my own Eggs Benedict.
Oof, I feel like you could whip up a good egg dish.
Yeah, there's like a technique. You have to like spin the water and then drop the egg in as it's spinning to get that. I don't know.
This is the first time I'm hearing about how Eggs Benedict are made.
I've watched a video on it. I was like, I think I could do that.
See, I can't watch. I don't know about you, but I can't watch the Food Network because like I get too aggravated that I can't have the food that they're making like right now.
You
like
should be a comedian, sir, because I've heard that. You ever watch the Food Network? It's like watching porn, especially when you're hungry.
Where someone hit the Seinfeld bass.
Well, hey, you might be able to show off a little bit of stand-up at the Tidewater Horror Con next month. That's right, September 13th through the 15th, Tidewater Horror Convention in Virginia Beach. Doug and I will be hosting the Sunday panel. So that won't be nerve-wracking at all, talking on stage in front of people.
I mean, I'm a bit of a professional when it comes to an on-stage presence, so you just hold my hand, and I got you.
I mean, you do work in show business.
I mean, well, that was a little bit. That was fake sarcastic arrogance right there. But I mean, but I have. I've been on stage performing ever since I was like 15 with like music and stuff. So
that's right. Yeah.
Kind of the same thing. But talking is different than music. So I'll probably be just as nervous as you.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll be interviewing different guests. So we'll be talking to Alex Vincent and Christine Elise from the Child's Play movies, Shannon Sossaman. I'm not going to tell her this, but I had the biggest crush on her when I was a teenager.
Did you?
Together. Yeah. For Rules of Attraction. Great fucking movie. You ever see that?
I haven't seen it in I think I was like 13 maybe the last time I saw it. 14.
She was in A Knight's Tale with
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I never saw that.
That's like not my type of movie. Those like knight in shining armor type of like that era of like that setting. Although I did watch The Black Knight with Martin Lawrence religiously.
Yeah. I was literally just thinking of that movie. I like that movie.
When's the last time you saw that movie?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen it probably since I rented it from Blockbuster in early 2000s. I'm curious to watch it now.
I thought of that movie after I watched Blue Streak recently. I was like, what are some other Martin Lawrence heaters?
I'm concerned about you. You watched that movie way too much.
Dude, Blue Streak is good. Dave Chappelle's in it. A young Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, Luke Wilson.
Yeah.
It's a good cast.
Yeah.
I did have the soundtrack, though, because they had that Jay-Z song on it. I forgot the name of the song. Wasn't it called like Blue Streak, I guess? Maybe not.
I don't know. Probably. But there's also a mini Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary reunion. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, they got the dude who played the grandpa.
Yeah, the truck driver and the guy that played Jerry. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. Come on out. Come say what's up. Come watch me and Doug have a nervous meltdown on stage. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be like Scooby and Shaggy when they hug each other in the midst of an anxiety attack.
Yeah, it's like less than a month away. I'm excited for you to come down here. We'll go grab some food. We'll hang out.
I'm going to be up there on the 12th.
Yeah, knock out some watch-alongs, perhaps, if we have time.
Yeah, we're trying to get our Patreon set up. Patreon.
Patreon.
That hollandaise sauce is like flowing through my brain. Yeah, Patreon. We're definitely going to have up and running at some point pretty soon. So we're trying to think of, certain videos we can do. And now that we'll be in the same vicinity, we can record some episodes and figure out what kind of exclusive content we could put out.
Hey, nude calendar. Who knows? Who doesn't want to see Doug making a bowl of pasta with a chef's apron on with his butt cheeks hanging out?
Who doesn't want to see Phil with an apron that says "Kiss the Cook," also with the butt cheeks hanging out?
Oh, we're doing this together?
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be just me. What are you kidding?
It's gonna be cheeked up around here. I can't wait.
Mipsy is gonna have her be on all fours, doing the little playgirl pose.
But yeah, we will think of some good ideas. We're gonna get it going. More to come on that. So yeah, Tidewater HorrorCon, 13th through the 15th. Come on out.
It's in Virginia, West Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. All right, if anyone's out there, hit it up. Ooh, how far is that from the Mothman Museum?
It's Virginia, not West Virginia.
Oh, I'm not good at geography.
I can tell. Yeah, West Virginia, known for their vast beaches.
You could have fooled me. Huh?
Jesus.
I need a map.
Yeah, we will be on the coast, hence beach, Virginia Beach. So, yeah, well, don't worry, I'm driving. So.
Yeah, I will not be partaking. Maybe I might partake in like an hour of the ride if you give me a chance.
You're not driving my truck. No, sorry.
That's the most down south thing you could have said. You ain't driving my truck. I'm the only one who puts natural 87 unleaded in here. I think it's the second time I referenced that.
Get your liberal ass out of my seat.
Who are you voting for? All right. I will be controlling the music though.
That's okay.
I will put on the mean shuffle.
Well, Doug, on this episode, we are gonna talk about some horror news. We haven't done that in a while. There's been some things happening. We were just talking earlier, like, man, 2025, maybe we're missing some stuff, but there's no like big releases.
No, not that I could think of, and not that we both researched it just to see what kind of news we could dig up that we've missed. Not really a lot for 2025. I mean, there's that untitled like Jordan Peele movie that there's no news on.
I wouldn't be surprised if that gets pushed back yet again. It was supposed to come out. Remember when it was like Nosferatu, Jordan Peele, a new movie coming out the same day?
That's right. Honestly, probably good because that's like direct competition for both of those movies. I feel like a lot of people would go see it, and like a lot of movie release dates get shuffled around a lot now just because of the competition. Like how, your coined phrase, extra swift, that could have been a thing, except Jason Blum was a bum and decided that he couldn't really fight with the Swifties.
I mean,
the release date.
Say what you want, but I was the first to say it. Okay.
I was there. I was in the room. You fucking said it. I said
and
it
then
was
2
brilliant.
weeks later, Jason Blum, hey, extra swift. It's like, you motherfucker.
Put respect on Phil Jarman's name, goddammit.
So yeah. Hey, speaking of exorcisms, did you see that new Russell Crowe movie yet?
No, I didn't.
I kind of want to.
That's pretty much the same thing as the last exorcism, and it's a completely different Russell Crowe exorcism movie.
Oh wait, Dan Stevens is going to be in an exorcism movie. Is that with Russell Crowe?
We could look it up, but I'm always here for more Dan Stevens. But no, I didn't see that Russell Crowe movie, mainly because it just looked like very generic yet again, and the same exorcism movie that he did like last year or 2 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, it looked exactly the same.
Like how much new stuff can you bring to the table when it comes to like an exorcism movie? Like that looked like it hit all the beats of the same style of exorcism movie. Russell Crowe in his later years, I'm not really into him as an actor. I feel like he's just taking paycheck roles here.
Yeah. Okay. Dan Stevens, Al Pacino. That's right. They're two priests. And it's called The Ritual because, there's not enough movies out there called The Ritual. So.
Remember when movies used to have interesting titles?
Come on, Dan. You deserve better.
Dan Stevens does deserve a lot better. I'm glad Cuckoo gave him the platform to like really flex his like evil, menacing muscles that he has and Abigail, he was the best part of Abigail. He definitely hammed it up.
Yeah.
And the guest also great, but yeah, I'm kind of with this Dan Stevens renaissance happening.
Hey, you know what's an underrated Dan Stevens movie? Did you ever see The Rental that Dave Franco directed?
No, but you told me that it was pretty decent.
Everybody hates that movie for whatever reason, but I thought it was a well-done home invasion slasher. It's got Dan Stevens, the dude from The Bear.
Jeremy Allen White?
Yeah, he's in it. It's a good cast, well acted, but everybody just shit all over it. And I was like, hey, maybe I'm in the wrong here, but I thought this was pretty fucking good.
And I was talking about this with you. We were off mic, and this goes. It's in line with what we were talking about. Your opinion as opposed to other people's opinions on The Rental. I feel like me and Phil a lot of the times just watch different movies than other people. Like we see them differently than what other people see.
Well, we don't always see eye to eye on everything. Thank God. That would make for a boring show. But yeah, we will have a separate video of our Alien Romulus review. So go check that out after this. Actually, that might come out before this episode. So yeah, go check that out. But
oi, bro, there's something in the water. I think it's NyQuil. Sorry.
Oi, swirl me down, bro. There's something in the water.
I'll grab a pint on the Alien Romulus bar ship.
Bartender, can you put on a Manchester United game?
It's the year 2043 and there's still soccer.
All right. But yeah, we neither one of us are crazy about the Alien franchise. I mean, I certainly don't hate it by any means, but well, just go listen to the review. I didn't dislike it as much as you do, but
yeah, it was just for a blanket statement before the review, left me wanting a lot more, and I was going in expecting a lot considering the trailers looked incredible. I just don't think that it held up to the hype that it presented.
All right, fair enough. Well, we'll discuss it fully on the review, but why don't we get to the first news topic, Doug? What do you got over there?
Let's crack into this egg white, baby. So first news topic, news came out this week that The Monkey, directed by Osgood Perkins, who just did Longlegs, he directed Black Coat's Daughter. It's going to be produced by James Wan. There's a teaser trailer for it. Really not a lot of information on that besides just the trailer was like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Not really sure what the short story is. I thought it was a remake of Monkey Shines, directed by Wes Craven.
That's what I thought initially. Did Wes Craven direct that?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Are you sure? Monkey Shines? Hold on.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure he directed it, but I could be wrong.
No, Romero directed that.
Oh, son of a
That's
bitch.
right. Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Hey, no worries.
But yeah, The Monkey. I'm definitely on team Osgood Perkins. I think if anybody can direct a Stephen King short story and make it, disturbing and unsettling, kind of capture the same tone that he does with his books, it's going to be Osgood Perkins.
Yeah, I mean, the teaser trailer doesn't give you a whole lot, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, if it's anything like Long Legs, I'm intrigued. I'll be watching it. And hey, we need some good movies for 2025. So,
and it's produced by your boy, middle of the lane, James Wan.
Yep, sure is.
Do you think?
I don't know what to say.
Do you think that James Wan still has gas in the tank?
Well, he's not directing it. Producing is a kind of a broad term. He could just be fronting the money and being. I feel like he will be hands off with Oz Perkins. I feel like he's a competent enough filmmaker to where he's not going to be like, all right, show me the dailies of what you shot. Change this and this. Make it more generic.
We need a jump scare. Here, and here.
You're driving too fast. Slow it down.
You want to bring it down to a cool 62. But no, you're probably right. And especially with Osgood Perkins, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen some interviews with him, and he did like a recent like Reddit AMA where he's very, very blunt. So I think James Wan realizes that, Osgood Perkins is going to have a singular vision, just like James Wan. I mean, say what you want about James Wan, but I feel like you could tell it's a James Wan movie when you go see it. You're like, yep. It's because I'm looking at the inside of my eyelids. No, James Wan is definitely, when it comes to mainstream blockbusters in the horror genre, I feel like he's right up there.
Yeah,
at least box office wise,
he's the king of pretty good. I mean, they're not terrible. They're not amazing. He's the king of popcorn horror, and that's okay.
There's a place for that. There's a lot of mainstream. I feel like mainstream horror movies are very generic, but James Wan definitely keeps trying to, put something interesting out there.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he makes horror movies for like the general audience. Like, hey, let's go watch something scary.
It's entry level horror. Like, it's good to show, like, for someone who really isn't, a horror fan, you throw on The Conjuring, you throw on Insidious. Those have the right amount. It's like a good amount of scare factor, good amount of story. There's character development in there. It kind of hits all cylinders, but on the surface level. Right.
It's kind of like Stranger Things. It's not my cup of tea, but it's introduced a lot of kids to horror.
Yeah. The Duffer Brothers, I think, have a great, and it's kind of a bummer that their style of writing and directing really doesn't. Hi, Nova.
Who is knocking on my door? Hey, let me pause this.
You want to go check?
Okay. Super random, but it's pretty sad. My neighbor's cat died, and she needs me to help her dig a hole. So I got to go do that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Let me. I don't know. Okay. Let me pause this and we'll come back. Okay.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to leave everything on. Just text you when you're back. That's okay. Wow.
Yeah. Random, but very sad.
It just happened.
I guess, I think she just found her. So let me go take care of that. I'll text you in a bit.
Yeah. Text me in a bit, dude.
All right. Okay. I'm back from helping dig a hole to bury my neighbor's cat. That was fucking sad. Her 3-year-old daughter was out there crying and
oh my god,
put flowers down for the cat. So rest in peace, soldier. I didn't get to meet you, but I would see him hanging out in the window many times as I come home, and it's just sad. I'd be in fucking shambles if that were Mipsy. So
this might be the first time in podcast history that someone had to pause a podcast to dig a hole.
It was digging a hole is a workout. It's I was getting eat the fuck up by mosquitoes too because I was like kind of back in the woods a little bit. So very sweaty, eaten up by mosquitoes, but glad I could help out because that sucks.
What a solid neighbor you are.
Well, can't be like, hey, I'm talking about shitty horror movies in here.
Who said people in the South are assholes?
Okay, Doug. I think we were talking about James Wan something, but let's move on.
Yeah, we were talking about James Wan, and then we'll quote unquote stay in that middle lane here.
Sure.
Because news dropped this week that Creature from the Black Lagoon, a remake, is happening with your boy James Wan in the director's chair.
Yeah, he is directing this. So here's an article from Variety.com. Aquaman director James Wan is returning to the sea for his next feature film.
Wow. Can't believe that's actually written.
The project is described as a grounded, modernized retelling that leans into visceral horror whilst paying respect to the original classic. It's been 70 years since Creature from the Black Lagoon first graced the big screen in 1954, and there hasn't been a remake since. So, yeah, James Wan directing. I don't think there is a release date yet, but yeah. What do you think?
With the original Creature from the Black Lagoon?
You know what? I've only seen it one time, a long time ago. I need to rewatch it. I mean, I love like the imagery and everything from the movie. It's very just the iconography is iconic. How about you? What is your history with that movie?
Oh, I love it. I love that movie. I think like the dialogue is very important in that movie. It's interesting. It kind of doesn't like kind of like how we were talking about the Alien movies having like all this space jargon, like, oh, the hyperlink chain to the Charlotte's Web and the planet Zetron and like all that stuff.
Charlotte's Web.
Like you don't get any, like there's like that, like the aquatic, background of the movie and stuff like that. And they're all like, working for this certain company, but it never like makes you feel stupid. Like you're kind of just like in on it. Like it's simplified enough where it's, understandable, but it's also like technical too. And the creature just looks badass. Like,
yeah, it does.
And there's so much stuff where you can do, which is where I think James Wan can excel in, as long as he doesn't copy anything from Aquaman. There's a lot of creepy shit in the ocean that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So he can make it really dark, really weird, have a lot of cool creature designs.
Really jump scary.
That's going to be in there. Patrick Wilson is going to be the creature, probably.
I was just talking about that with my cousin recently. She was like, yeah, go ahead and call it Patrick Wilson. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But hey, I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, it seems like, him and James Wan have like this great shorthand director to actor. Because he's great in all of the movies with James Wan directing. And like, I don't know, I feel like he doesn't get enough attention. Probably like if it wasn't for James Wan directing Aquaman, Patrick Wilson would have not been Aquaman's brother, whatever the fuck his name is, Orm.
I never even saw that.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, I heard superhero James Wan. I was like, yeah, I'll skip this one.
Yeah, you would not like it. Although I do want you to hate watch it because it is pretty horrible.
Yeah, I didn't know Patrick Wilson was in that.
Yeah, he played, and he has a bigger part in the sequel, which is apparently a bigger pile of shit. But yeah, Patrick Wilson has done a lot of great roles. Like you ever see Hard Candy?
Yes, I did. Great movie.
Great movie. So underrated. And then like we always talk about it. He's been in plenty of horror franchise types of movies. So I feel like this is right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and I would like to see him direct something else. He deserved better than being handed Insidious 6 or whatever the hell that was. The Red Door. God,
Red
that movie
Boar.
sucked.
That stink to high heavens.
I do declare.
That movie, yeah. Patrick Wilson definitely deserves another shot at directing a movie. Hopefully it's an original property for him, because he has, you could tell that he like loves the genre.
Yeah. But you know what? Creature from the Black Lagoon, I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, look, I don't flat out hate James Wan. I just, I'm always cautiously optimistic about anything he does.
And since it's like, as much as maybe we would like to have like an up and coming director, like a small indie director, take on a project of this size, I mean, James Wan has the experience, which is probably appealing to the studio. His track record proves that he has experience with Conjuring and Insidious and Aquaman. So hopefully this movie is a little reined in, a little smaller, but also like captures the vast.
Keep it practical, like make it a dude in a suit, not CGI horse shit.
Dude, I can't tell you how much it makes a difference. Well, you already know, but like practical effects compared to like CGI, it just has a human feel to it.
Yeah, and that's not to say like CGI is a useful tool. It works best whenever it's enhanced over a practical effect. Like you have a real object there, but they're working together. So I just rewatched The Thing last night, and Ashley had never seen it.
Oh wow.
And she enjoyed the movie, but she was like, some of the creatures look kind of goofy. And I was like, okay, maybe at times, but I will take that, and knowing that that's a real object that was sculpted and it's created with human hands, I'll take a little bit of goofiness, if you will, over, just relying only on CGI. And the effects in that movie, I mean, I know this is preaching to the choir, like, hey, The Thing's a great movie. It's like, yeah, but damn, what a fucking great movie. Just the way it's lit by Dean Cundy, all the blue and reds, and it's just a gorgeous movie. Amazing effects. Kurt fucking Russell. It's great.
And Keith David.
Yeah, and Keith David. So good.
I mean, yeah, we don't need to tell anybody listening that The Thing is an all-timer. But that movie is like a masterclass in filmmaking, in practical effects, in directing, in story, in tension building.
Yeah.
That, I mean, The Thing is easily like an inspiration for a lot of directors.
If you like The Thing, okay, there's this new game that just came out called Still Wakes the Deep. Heavily inspired by The Thing, obviously, but it's a Scottish game. They're like on this oil rig and they're drilling and they hit this giant sea creature that kind of, when it infects people, it takes on like elements of that person. It's very inspired by The Thing, but I just watched 3-hour gameplay of it, like just like a movie. It was fucking amazing. Like some of the best voice acting I've ever heard. Some legit scary moments, but I've never done that before. I've never sat down and watched an entire game like a movie. So if you're a gamer out there, if you like The Thing, check out Still Wakes the Deep. Couldn't recommend it enough.
I wonder if they would ever like adapt that, if it was like interesting enough to adapt into a movie or a series or something, kind of like Last of Us.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, man, this would make a great movie. Like just the setting of the oil rig. It's like set in the late 80s.
Ooh.
Something about Scottish accents that I just love. Yeah, it's really good. Had some really emotional moments. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like getting affected by a game right now.
It was all like the cutscenes put together, or like a whole walkthrough with the.
Yeah, it was like the
game.
entire game. It's not so much like strategy based, like you're not firing guns and stuff. You're essentially just press square to open the door, and
Oh, okay.
so it's more like just unfolding a story as opposed to like shoot 'em up, run around, and
Yeah, like Resident Evil type of stuff.
yeah, which I love. But yeah, check it out if that sounds intriguing. All right, Doug, what's the next news topic?
All right, well, we're going over right from the middle of the road to the side of the fucking shoulder because Blumhouse is doing a spin-off on Megan. I guess they're kind of into like the AI horror now. That's like a new subgenre. And they're doing a Megan spin-off called Soulmate. And I'll spell it for you. SOULM, the number 8, TE.
I couldn't find confirmation on that anywhere. I was like, there's no way they're naming it that. Everything I've seen is Megan 2.0. Or is this a spinoff from Megan?
Spinoff from Megan. I guess it's like the same company that makes the Megan dolls in the movie.
Oh.
It's like another line of, yeah, Megan 2.0 is the sequel to Megan.
Okay.
This is like a whole different movie branching off from whatever company the company's name was in Megan.
Horrible title.
What's up?
I said horrible title.
Really bad title.
Just drop the TE if you're going to do that. That sounds like soulmate.
Soulmate. Too many TEs.
Yeah.
Or just like name it something more like this just feels forceful. These types of movies feel very hollow and forceful and trying to reach the Gen Z demographic a little too hard, even though no one really types like that anymore.
Yeah, that's
that
more
was like a thing of the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's like AOL chat rooms.
Yeah, like adding like zeros to like I'm a whore 26, and the O in whore is a 0, and the E is a 3. It's like, all right, no one writes like that anymore. But they did hire a lead actress, Evil Dead Rises Lily Sullivan, which is something.
Okay.
Yeah, not really too excited about this one. And
it's from Blumhouse, you said?
From Blumhouse.
Always a positive sign.
Yeah, and this is just like, again, low stakes, low brow, quick buck type of movie.
Probably, yeah.
I'm going to find out. I didn't see a director attached to it, but I'm going to look that up right now.
While you look that up, I watched Night Swim.
Yes, you did.
Other day.
Yes, you did.
For whatever reason, I was scrolling through Prime and I was like, all right, I'll throw this shit on. And I mean, it was bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just so painfully generic. I mean, Wyatt Russell deserves better.
He is. I don't understand. Hopefully they paid him more than he was expecting, because he is such a good actor and he's the son of royalty.
I thought that the story of him being an ex-professional baseball player struggling with MS, I was like, oh, this is interesting. But then it would go back to the scary person in the pool bullshit. And I'm like, well, this just ruins it. I'd rather this just be like a indie drama about a baseball player struggling with that.
I would pay to see that movie.
Yeah, sure.
But just that everything about that movie was just bland, just no bones, no.
I loved how you could tell that they were like, okay, guys, we got a movie about a pool. What do people do in pools? Chicken fight? Okay, that's one scene. Marco Polo? Okay, we got another.
This is like the swimming pool medley.
Yeah.
Like someone's on a diving board and they see something at the bottom of the pool. How about no, Scott? And then like at the end with the contrived, like, oh, the lake has been poisoned for years and years, and like, what? Like, shut up.
Yeah, by that point, I was just like, I was fucking around on my phone. I wasn't like locked in, seeing where this story goes. I would just look up and I'd be like, yep, that's about what I expected. Yep.
Still trash.
Still trash.
Yeah, not great. Not a great turn for Blumhouse. That's like one of those ideas where like you come up when you're super high and they're like, what if the pool was haunted?
It's like that's how Tillman Singer came up with Cuckoo. He's like, dude, what if people were birds?
Except Cuckoo is an actually interesting movie.
No, it is.
But yeah, absolutely. He was like, I want to fly high like a bird.
Easy, Mark McGrath.
And what if I just want to fly? I.
Such a banger.
Sugar Ray got some good songs. Someday, maybe we'll see a sequel to Cuckoo.
Hey.
Hey, how many Sugar Ray hits can you think of?
All right, Doug, let's rev up the RPMs. So that's a deep cut, Sugar Ray.
Yep, definitely don't know that one. So
Okay.
Thought you were talking about Godsmack or something.
All right.
But the director,
go ahead.
Yeah, the director for Soulmate is going to be Kate Dolan, who she directed some TV episodes. She did this movie called You Are Not My Mother. So the one positive thing I could say about Blumhouse is that at least they're giving, first-time directors a shot. Kind of setting them up for failure with these premises in these movies, but...
Well, here's Blumhouse's business plan. Here's their Shark Tank plan. Okay, we got this pretty generic premise. We can hire this first-time director for pretty cheap. We're not too concerned about the final product. Like, we're not making high art here. We just want to turn a profit. Give us 20 million or whatever, and we don't have to pay this director that much. We'll hire some decent enough actors. It'll be soulless, but you'll get a return on your investment. That's their thing.
Done. Deal's done. Mark Cuban just bought it. He's about to market it out to all of his clients. The Mavericks are going to have Soulmate jerseys.
Look, guys, I could get a Soulmate ticket to every Mavericks fan at all my games. We can make this happen.
We can make it work. I just need to get up out of bed for, more than 5%. I'm a shark.
Damon, you want to come in on this with me?
I'm
maybe.
out.
Yeah. And all
I don't really understand this business.
Mr. Wonderful.
Fuck yeah, baby.
I got to get back on my Shark Tank.
I was thinking about that the other day. Barbara's like, okay, if the lead actor is Brad Pitt, then I'll invest in this.
Hubba.
I'll molest him for 20 million. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that business plan. And it works. It works every time.
Yeah. Hey.
Because they make a profit, and it really doesn't need to do a killing at the box office to make money. And it makes a return every time. And the motto goes, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They don't really care about story or scares or anything. Blumhouse is a business.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of Blumhouse, I mean, we do have Megan 2.0 coming out. I don't know if you saw this little video that was released, but Jason Blum tweeted this.
I did not see this.
Just like a little...
It kind of looks like Chucky at the end of Child's Play 2.
Yeah. Comes out May 16th, 2025.
Interesting that they're making it like that's usually when like the summer movie season starts, so they have a lot of faith in this.
Yeah. You know what? I'll go see it. I had fun watching the first one in the theater. I gotta admit.
I had a fun time being with an audience, just laughing at it.
Yeah.
More so than the actual movie. Allison Williams didn't do any favors.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, what's that plain white bread actress?
Where was she born? I think Pepperidge Farm. Straight up, just bland old white bread.
Yeah,
not even whole grain.
Yeah,
chewy, a little chewy. Need some hydration to wash it down.
I don't get why people prefer white bread. Every time I have it, I'm like, ugh. Like
I love me some white bread, but I am on my I've been on my rye shit lately.
Oh, all right.
And I just got pumpernickel. You a fan of the pump?
Pumpernickel, you say?
The last time I had pumpernickel, my dentures fell out.
I fuck with some sourdough.
Ooh.
I feel like within 5 years, I'm going to be that guy that starts making bread as a hobby. And I'm pretty excited about it.
I would love to try some of your bread.
Okay, maybe.
You tried my pasta, so I haven't tried anything you cooked yet.
It was not great.
What, my pasta?
It was straight up garlic.
Talking shit about my fucking pasta over here.
It was an insane amount of garlic. The next day I woke up, the first thing I did was burp. It was just, ugh.
It's a good thing. So me and Brittany both eat as much garlic as each other, so it just smells like a garlic patch over here.
I'm sure that apartment is quite pungent.
Oh yeah, we got some candles going, but it definitely there's a hint of garlic in every room.
All right, Garlic King, what's the next news topic?
So let's jump around to this since we both haven't seen it. So HBO released their like new programming, and they cut like a bunch of their newer shows into one big trailer, and one of them was Welcome to Derry, the It prequel series, which is coming out, I believe, next year.
Yeah,
in 2025. I'm kind of interested in the beginnings of Pennywise as a series. Bill Skarsgård is coming back. I'm curious to know what they're going to do with it as a series.
Well, I do have the trailer queued up here. Do you want to watch it?
Wow, what a coincidence. It's almost like you have the internet.
Neither one of us have seen this, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Haven't seen any of it.
Well, let's it's only 1:16, so let's give it a watch. You ready?
Hit that shit, Daddy-O.
Derry was always different. A place where shadows had life. I was just like them once.
He's here, the clown.
Hello. This town feeds me, and I'll feed it fear. Welcome to Derry. You'll all float, just like me.
Was that AI Pennywise a couple times?
That looked bad. I thought this took place in the Tron universe just now.
It did look, I gotta admit. Where?
That looked pretty, yeah, it's a boner killer for... I thought honestly, when that, like, evil demonic Pennywise on steroids popped up, it looked like a Spencer's t-shirt.
So I noticed that they recycled a lot of Pennywise footage. So
yes.
Do you think, are they just not releasing footage, new stuff of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, or what?
They might still be filming. Maybe there was a deadline where they needed to get a trailer out just to generate some buzz to it. But yeah, I don't think, and it didn't even sound like Bill Skarsgård, his voiceover, like as Pennywise. Like it sounded very high pitched.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't even sound like him. But yeah, watching that trailer, I don't know. It
Yeah,
looks very polished.
that last image of Pennywise grabbing the kid, that looked AI as shit. Maybe I'm wrong, but
It didn't look practical.
I was never crazy about the design of Pennywise in any of those movies.
Not even in the original, or just like the
no, in
the
the
Bill Skarsgård,
the new ones.
Yeah.
It just
me
looks
neither.
so
And
like, I don't know, spooky clown. Ooh, I don't know. I just something about it I just never liked.
And that's where, you know, Bill Skarsgård was actually dressed up in the Pennywise outfit. He had the makeup, but it just looks goofy.
Yeah.
Like, not even goofy, whereas like, because Tim Curry, I mean, just the simplicity of that is pretty terrifying. This all white face and the hair and just like the fang, like it's so iconic. And this is just overly done.
Yeah,
This feels very like,
I never saw the second one. I just don't care.
I liked the second one more than the first, but just because there was more. I like Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise. I think he does a good job with it. Just wish it was directed by someone else, because I am not a fan of Andy Muschietti. I think he has a horrible sense of atmosphere. It's just so it's so clean and polished. Like the look of it, it's too like sleek.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Bill Skarsgård, we kind of talked about this on the last episode, but you were saying you weren't sure about the look of Nosferatu. And I did notice that, oh shit, sorry. He has hair.
It kind of looks like Pennywise. Like he has that elongated forehead and that like.
You see this? Like he's got, like Nosferatu's always rocking the bald look.
Yeah, he's I don't know who bicks him in Transylvania, but
he's
rocking a full head of hair.
It's kind of a shitty haircut too. It looks like his mom cut it.
It looks like
you gotta look handsome for your school photos.
Nosferatu's mom has got it going on.
Mom, it's Count Orlok.
Call me Orlok, damn it. Orville, come to bed. It's Orlok. But yeah, it's he looks like a henchman in like a Batman movie.
I don't know. He looks like bald on the right side, but not on the left.
He got that like, no cap haircut.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Like the buzz on the sides and the slick back hair.
Hey, when does The Crow come out?
Comes out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I'm pretty sure. I think, or 1 week, August 23rd. I want to say.
Yeah, you're right. August 23rd. Holy shit! Wow. August 23rd.
Gonna the wow. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll go see it.
No, you have to. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for you to go see that movie. We have to review that one.
Yeah, why not? I'll go see it. Yeah, I hope it's good.
I almost just wish they didn't call it The Crow.
Yeah.
But they got to have that IP in order for people to see it, apparently. But yeah, not too hot on the Welcome to Derry prequel series that looks like it came straight out of Tron.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good. But let's move it on along, Doug. What else you got?
All right. Well, let's flip on over to the video game side of horror. There's a Halloween video game being produced alongside John Carpenter. I haven't read too much about this, so yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, it says it's getting its own Unreal Engine 5 game. Now, I don't know enough about gaming to comment on that. Sounds cool. John Carpenter is intimately involved. Ooh, spicy.
Probably because he could work from his couch.
Yeah, you're probably right. The game will allow players to relive moments from the film and play as classic characters from one of the most iconic and important horror films of all time. I hope it's more like a story-based game and not kind of like Dead by Daylight where you get to I don't want it to be like action-based. I want it to be just something similar to the movie.
That was my concern and question. Because like Halloween's a very straightforward movie. So how can you really make a game out of it? Does Michael Myers just chase you the entire time? Where it's kind of like you said, Dead by Daylight or whatever that zombie island game is. I forgot what it's called, but Left 4 Dead. Where it's just like you're just running away from Michael Myers the entire time, because that could get a little boring probably. It's cool that you'll get a chance to, you know, see him in video game form and like play as him or play as, you know, his adversary, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm intrigued by it. Did you watch any of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game?
I didn't.
I watched like 20 minutes of it one day, like just watched some gameplay footage, and I don't know. I'm not like a huge gamer, so I can't comment on these kind of things, but just from watching it, I feel like I would have gotten bored after playing it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, if there's like a GTA skin where you could like walk around as one of the killer clowns and like just blow shit up, that would be cool. But I don't really know what you could do with like a Halloween game.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's it said 2 of them were in the making?
Just one, I think.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
I think I read that wrong. Yeah, I'm not a big gamer either, so I really have no solid opinion on this. Well, I don't know what Engine 5 is. It like a computer game or
I'm not even gonna try to comment on it.
Yeah, I zero clue. But
Ashley's listening to this right now thinking, oh, you fucking idiot.
she should do a video game segment on here.
Yeah, she should. She's all about the games. All right, Doug. Any other news topics?
We have this one listed down here. The last one that we have on our little notepad. Steven Soderbergh is going to be filming a new movie. It's like a POV haunted house horror. Neon is going to be releasing it, and they're on a fucking hot streak. Yeah. With, you know, Immaculate, Long Legs, Cuckoo. Long Legs just surpassed 100 mil at the box office. So like
all that, yeah,
they're on the money. Pun intended.
For an original horror movie, that's huge.
Really big.
Yeah.
Especially since the budget was like, was it like 30 million or less than that?
I don't know what it was, but they definitely turned quite a profit.
Neon is getting to be like that studio.
I thought you were gonna say that bitch.
That bitch.
They're kind of hot on the heels of A24.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're kind of following in the same footsteps as A24. Like at least with like the merch and stuff like that. Like they just dropped like this Cuckoo merch and Long Legs merch. And their movies are interesting. They're hiring interesting. Like Steven Soderbergh. Like he hasn't done. What is the last thing Steven Soderbergh has done?
I don't think he's ever made a horror movie.
I don't think so. But just to go back, Long Legs was made under 10 million.
Oh wow.
So.
Did you see the trailer for this? The Steven Soderbergh movie?
Was there a trailer?
Yeah, there's like a teaser trailer.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
You want to watch it? I just read about
it. Pop that shit up, baby.
Wait, what's the name of the movie?
Presence.
Yeah, here we go. Let's watch this little teaser here. I have seen this. It looks, it's a teaser, but I was like, I'm intrigued. All right, let's
January release date.
So just list the movies that he's made. Magic Mike.
Love that. That's right up there. Oh, Contagion. Love Aaron Brockovich. Pretty much have his whole IMDb up there.
January 2025.
That's all I need to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a whole lot to go on there, but very moody. If it's truly like just POV the whole time, I'm interested in that.
Steven Soderbergh is one of those directors that always does something interesting. Like he shot like the first film on like a phone or whatever. I forgot, that might have been Unsane. But he's always trying to do something new, and maybe it's a risk. I mean, maybe his filmography might be hit or miss, but I don't know. Partnering with Neon is a good sign. He's never done a horror movie, so that's really cool. Like you said,
yeah, the trailer kind of gave me kind of Skinamarink vibes.
A little bit.
Very moody, and yeah, I'll be excited to see the full trailer.
Yeah, the January release date has me a little worried, but it could be a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
You know what movie I watched that this kind of that the atmosphere kind of reminded me of? A Ghost Story.
Oh yeah, I watched that for the first time like a few months ago.
Same, dude. I fucking love that movie.
It was good.
That movie hit me so hard in emotions that I didn't even know I had. And like I just kept on thinking about it. And like that's a movie that has like is drenched in like moody atmosphere and
yeah,
just makes you think the entire time, even though the dialogue is very sparse. But I thought that movie was brilliant.
Brilliant, was it?
Brilliant, bruv.
Yeah, it was good.
Boy, his face hugger's nipping at me knickers. Sorry.
No, I was just thinking, like, for what those creatures are, like face hugger, that's not a very intimidating name.
That's why it's probably like, oh, wow, you think your face is going to get hugged and you're actually being like throat fucked by a dragon tail.
Yeah, they should call them throat fuckers. That's more.
I think if some
face fucker,
if some guy, if some Australian dude with like a Bowie knife was like, "Hey, watch out for those throat fuckers," I'd be like, "Wow, I am never coming to this country ever again."
Face fuckers crawling all over the place.
Mom, send me home. There's face fuckers everywhere.
Little buggers everywhere.
Oh, the face fuckers are nicking at me leg, my ankles.
So yeah, I think those are all the news topics. You did have some upcoming releases. Anything we didn't talk about?
I sent you this trailer the other day because I really didn't know anything about it.
The front room with Brandy.
Yeah,
I've seen the trailer like a couple of times now before. I think they showed it before Longlegs, maybe. Or yeah, I mean, it looks like an A24 movie.
It looks wild.
Can I throw out a prediction? I
Yes.
think there's going to be something like the husband. It was in on it all along, and he brought her to this place, and there's some hidden cult or something.
I can see that happening with like there's like a demonic cult coming to walk the earth, and they want to steal all the souls of single mothers or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it does look good. I never expected to see Brandy in like a starring role for an A24 movie. But she seems she looks like she's up to the task from the trailer.
It looks kind of like the same vibe is like Talk to Me a little bit, very like dour and kind of depressing, and it just looks like batshit crazy.
Yeah, I'll definitely go watch it. What was that other A24 movie that's coming out with Hugh Grant?
Oh, that's right, and Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets. That one looked like
Yeah.
a little too like there's like a underground tunnel basement. He's playing games with like these home invaders or something. Yeah, I forgot what that was. Wasn't that called like Ritual something?
What was that called? Let's see.
I'm not really a fan of you. What's that?
Heretic.
Heretic. That was it.
Comes out November 15th.
All right. Missed that one. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of Hugh Grant. His face kind of pisses me off. Every time I used to be in Blockbuster and walk past the Notting Hill tape, I'd be like, ugh.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hugh Grant movie.
He was in The Lair of the White Worm.
Oh, yeah, he was.
And I thought that was a pile of trash.
Yeah, I wasn't, I wanted to love it. I know it has kind of a cult following, but yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah, I'm not being brainwashed by that cult. Yeah, I mean, Hugh Grant has been in a whole lot of rom-coms, kind of went the Matthew McConaughey route. Interested to seeing what he's going to do in a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer has me intrigued enough, and hey, I'll go check out any A24 horror movie.
I'm an A24 shill, so I will be there.
Do you think, what if these next two movies they're putting out like kind of suck, or it starts to become like start to just imitate themselves to the point where it's like, oh, this is getting kind of predictable now,
right? Like, I mean, I feel like just like every director and every director kind of has like their signature style. So I guess when you go to see an A24 movie, you know how it's gonna. There's a certain look to it. There's a certain feel to it, which I don't think is a bad thing, because I mean, look at David Lynch. Like, all of his movies feel very much David Lynch. Sure. But for an entire studio to do that, I mean, yeah, it could be. I could see that being hit or miss, because, you know, especially if it depends what subject matter you're tackling with your movie. You don't want like something like a animated movie to have like a depressing kind of slow burn feel to it, or maybe you do.
Yeah, what did you think of I Saw the TV Glow? I don't think we talked about that.
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. I was very much into it.
I liked the first half of it.
Like the before it started getting
yeah, pretty much. I liked
monologue.
Very. My God. Towards the end. Pretty much as soon as a homegirl comes back and they meet for the first time in the grocery store.
Yeah.
After that, it was just like, oh.
Really? I liked it. I started to like it more when that part, because I was like, oh, like what does she know that, like, you know, she's trying to impart on, you know, her friend. And I love the depression monologue. Like, I thought she captured it very well. I wasn't expecting it to be like a typical horror movie, like just from the trailers. I didn't need.
And I do have to say that they captured that 90s TV show aesthetic flawlessly.
Oh yeah. And like the whole it was 90s TV, and also, I mean, the director Jane Schoenberg, she was saying how one of her inspirations was Twin Peaks: The Return, like the series that came out in 2017. Just like that slow, meandering type of acting style, like just like very like it wasn't fast paced, it was a slow burn, and you could really like feel what the characters are going through and experiencing. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best of the year for sure.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't too hot on it. I mean, aesthetically, it was a beautiful film, banging soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack was fire.
By the end of it, I was just like, all right, let's wrap this shit up.
I could see it being like a divisive film. I mean, there was plenty that had a lot of messaging, a lot of layers going on about like
Yeah.
the experience. I connected to it in a way with like the anxiety of like not fitting in and, not feeling comfortable in your own skin. And then, there's the other layer to it, which I mean, I can't relate to. I don't think you can relate to the whole like transgender experience, which kind of goes hand in hand with depression, which hasn't been done before. I thought, she captured it pretty well.
Yeah, and I can appreciate and relate to some of those themes, but the way those themes were tackled in the final product, I was just like,
couldn't fully.
Yeah, like I get what they were saying, but yeah, I don't know. I just found myself like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, pick it up. That's what I like about
not an awful movie by any means.
Yeah, like when it's like an art when a movie's artistically done, I feel like we can both like appreciate it, even if we don't, necessarily connect with the movie entirely. It was something different. It was something different. Yeah. I feel like Jane Schoenberg is a fun director to look out for. I feel like she has a lot of potential with like other stuff that she does.
Yeah, I'll check out whatever she makes next. But all right, so is that it for news topics and upcoming movies and all that?
Yeah, that's all we got, baby.
I wish we had some news on like just one of the big dogs. Like, hey, Friday the 13th, fall of 2025, or Nightmare on Elm Street, or something.
Yeah, that seems to be.
We need that one. We need that one big one.
It seems like all of these writers are in Kansas because all that information is dust in the wind, baby.
Hey,
that's a bad reference. Horrible pun, but
you're my boy, Blue.
I purposely said that reference because I knew you were going to say something about old school. You're my boy.
But yes, yeah, sir. Like even the I kind of don't give a shit about this, but the Halloween TV series was announced in March earlier this year, and total silence since that. I can't say I'm too excited about that. Friday the 13th stuff just is dead in the water, unfortunately. The whole A24 thing, Nightmare on Elm Street, still no concrete news on that. So
I mean, that's like a ripe IP in horror. Like people are clamoring for like a new Nightmare on Elm Street. I feel like I was listening to this this one reporter who has a newsletter which I subscribe to. His name is Jeff Snyder, and he's a big horror fan, and he was saying like studios need to figure out what to do with a Nightmare on Elm Street because that's like right for the taking.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. You totally agree. I feel like a lot of other people want to see, Freddy Krueger back on the big screen. I feel like enough time has passed where the Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay produced Nightmare on Elm Street reboot came out. I feel like it's time. Like, is it Walton Goggins as Freddy Krueger? Like, let's get it going.
I would love that. But yeah, it's all about just getting the rights to it. And rumors were that the Craven estate were asking for a very high price tag, and rumors of Blumhouse buying it, but nothing.
Freddy Mania used to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
To drop that much money on. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, you're right. I think that movie, as opposed to The Exorcist, those rights are worth a lot. Because if you get the rights to a Nightmare on Elm Street, you're looking at like a new series, basically. And people are going to watch it.
Absolutely. Same thing, like, say what you want about the Halloween movies, because I sure do. The Blumhouse sequels. It made money. Can't deny that people were hyped about Michael Myers. And he's hogging the table. He's hogging all the food. Freddy Krueger wants to hop in there and grab a chicken wing. He wants to grab a breast. He wants a
Michael, look. You've made a trip to the buffet 3 times already. You're banned from the Golden Corral. Let other people get up in there.
Grab your fucking coat and get out. Freddy Krueger's been waiting for a while. He's in valet parking.
That's true.
He's waiting outside of the restaurant. He wants that RSVP.
But no, he's over there eating his pudding like fucking Steven Glansberg by himself.
You don't want Freddy Krueger to Steven Glansberg it out in the cafeteria. He's looking around at this fine restaurant. He's looking around, seeing what else he can eat. Sonic. Maybe he wants a Blizzard.
I think this is a signal to wrap it up.
Oh, I thought we were going to keep going.
I mean, we could, but we're starting to ramble a bit.
That's why people tune in, baby. We were born rambling men.
Sorry, Nova's over there slopping up some water. Sorry if that gets picked up by the microphone.
Oh, I see her moving around. A little shadow.
Yeah, she needs to go out and pee, so you go take her for a little walk. So I am gonna go do that. But hey, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are watching this on YouTube, do us a huge favor and just tap that little like button. Doesn't take much. Just a little click. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Tidewater Horror Con, come hang out. It's going to be awesome.
September 13th, 14th, and 15th.
That's right. We'll be hosting the Sunday panel on the 15th. It's going to be a good time.
Follow us on the gram. Follow us on our Letterboxd accounts.
Follow our OnlyFans.
OnlyFans are coming.
No pun intended.
Spook House, the Spook Hub is coming. our partner with Pornhub.
Just videos of us jerking off.
In multiple masks. How many masks can we how many trick-or-treat studios can we masturbate in?
Oh shit. Okay, let's wrap this up. Doug, I love you.
Love you, Daddy-O.
All right, and we love all of you. We will catch you on the next one.